learned the hard way that I accidentally locked myself out of going for every single sub-story in Yakuza 4. And unfortunately, there has been no information on the internet that has been able to give me confirmation, but I think I have locked myself out. By the way, hello and welcome to Friday. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm playing more Yakuza 4. I'm actually at the end. I'm like right before the final boss. They basically give you the ability to do whatever you need to do before you do the finale. And I decided I wanted to try to go for all the sub-stories because if there's one thing about Yakuza games, it's that the side quests are really, really good. But truth be told, I did most of Akiyama's side quests, and then I kind of tapered off a little bit after Saijima's, because I just was getting really invested in the story, and by the time I got to Tanamura, I was just focused on the story. I did not even think about doing the side quests. And, yeah, I realized I locked myself out of it. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I think Xenoblade has kind of spoiled me when it comes to getting information on doing all of the side content in a video game. Because Yakuza 4 in particular, there are some side quests you can't complete after a certain part in the story. Specifically with Akiyama's. I pull up the quest Beware of Imposters. I've now learned the hard way that, yeah, you can't complete that sub-story unless you do it through Akiyama's part of the story. You can't just start it and then finish it at the end, because it requires characters that are removed from the story after Akiyama's part of the story. So after you finish part 1, you can't complete Beware of Imposters. And I'm sure there are other quests like that, but I was trying to find information online to confirm this, and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any information that confirms that you can't complete the side quest. But considering the text saying, I feel so unmotivated about without Hana-chan, that makes me think that, yeah, this side quest becomes uncompletable as soon as Hana-chan is removed from the story. Because she does. She removes herself from the story at some point shortly after, or is it before or after Akiyama's story ends? It's at some point in the story. Which, I mean, I'm not surprised because, you know, one thing about me is I never really, most games I try not to go for 100% my first time playing through. I usually like to enjoy my games before I do it. Collectathons are really the only ones that I really go for 100% before I do it. Or, you know, before I finish the game. Zelda games are another one. Like, a lot of, like, Nintendo games, I definitely go for 100%, but a lot of, like, RPGs, games like the Yakuza series, I usually don't go for 100% because of stuff like this. Because I don't want to rip my hair out and be like, gosh, okay, so if I don't do this within this amount of time and I don't do this without this, then I can't 100% the game. I like to at least enjoy the story first, and then if I enjoyed the game enough, I'm going to go back and do everything. Which for the Yakuza series, at some point I do want to go back and 100% all of them. The thing is, just, I haven't finished them all yet, so I want to go through the story first, and then go back and 100% everything. In fact, I was going to 100% Yakuza 0 through the director's cut for a Let's Play, but I just have yet to do it, because I haven't really felt the need to go back to Yakuza 0. Which is funny now that I say that, because Yakuza 4 has reinvigorated my desire to go back and play 0, because 4 adds a lot of context to stuff that's talked about in 0. So if you're someone who's playing in numerical order, just know, yeah, 4 adds a lot of context to 0's story. Anywho, I'm trying to talk more about Yakuza for today's vlog, because today has honestly pissed me off. We learned some bad news about my medical pay. Basically, the company that my employers go through to, you know, pay their employees who are on medical leave, have decided that they're going to be really, really stern on a specific policy, and they're only paying me for like 10 days of being out of work. Yeah. Now, that policy is that basically, my work only pays employees up to 10 days of pay, if they have been employed for less than a year and they go on medical leave. Here's the thing, though. My 1 year anniversary of my job was the day after I went in for surgery, and everyone that I talked to for months on end before my surgery said, oh, don't worry, that's not going to be an issue. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll get approved. You'll get covered and all that. And I did get approved for some things. My job security got approved, so legally my employers can't fire me. My pay, though, did not get approved. And nobody told me that until I was making phone call after phone call after phone call. Apologies for that cut. Accidentally turned off the camera. Yeah, so I really wish that I would have been informed of all of this before going into the surgery. Because everyone I talked to just kept saying, yeah, don't worry, you'll get approved. Everything will get approved. Everything will be okay. And now I'm 3 weeks into surgery and I'm being told, oh yeah, everything but your pay is approved. And technically my pay was approved, but it was only approved to be paid for 10 days. And then after that, I'm SOL. And I'm going to be out of work for like 8 to 10 weeks. So great, I get 6 weeks of no pay. And it took days of contacting, and finally I was told, oh yeah, so it's because you went into surgery before your 1 year tenure. And even though I keep saying, but my 1 year tenure was the day after surgery. Is there any leniency? No, that's just our policy. Now, thankfully, Johnny and I planned ahead. We knew this would happen because I don't trust corporations. So I had a feeling that they were going to do something to screw me over and make sure I don't get paid, because I just don't trust corporations. That's all I'll say. I don't trust corporations. I don't trust the words of anyone who is in a corporate position, because, it's always just fake smiles and tell you what you want to know, or tell you what they think that you want to hear, and then wait until they have no other choice but to tell you the truth. And that's where we're at. I kept being told that, yeah, don't worry, you'll be covered, you'll be approved, you'll be fine. And now that they can't, now that they have no other choice but to tell me, no, you're kind of screwed, fuck you, we don't care, they're doing so. I'm just really grateful that I continuously don't trust corporations, because I had a sneaking suspicion that this would happen. I had a sneaking suspicion that they were going to be really, really strict on their policies, because yes, on a technicality, I'm not saying this to be like, oh, screw corpo porpos, they're screwing me over, I'm going to sue. No, on a technicality, I do not qualify for all of my medical pay, because yes, my surgery happened the day before my 1 year tenure. So on a technicality, I'm not qualified for my full pay. I only qualify for those 10 days of pay, and I got my 10 days of pay. I did get that money. It just sucks that every person I talked to from my employer, because I was worried this was going to happen. I kept asking everyone, is there anything we can do besides delay the surgery? Is there anything we can do? And everyone just said, oh, don't worry, it's just 1 day. I'm sure things will work out. No, it didn't work out. And I'm now learning the hard way. It didn't work out. So it's a really good thing I didn't trust any of them, and I saved up enough money to cover my bills while I'm out of work for 6 more weeks. Good thing, isn't it? Anywho, yeah, that's kind of just been the big thing for my day. That's literally been all of my day. I think it's like 3 p.m. now. Yeah, 3 p.m. I've only been playing Yakuza for like 30 minutes. My entire day has just been dealing with this. Trying to get answers of like, am I or am I not getting paid? Like, no one is giving me concrete answers. I was going back and forth with like 5 different people. And then finally I got the answer of, no, you're not getting paid. So, yeah. Anywho, I'm going to play more Yakuza 4. Johnny should be home soon, and he's bringing home pizza.